Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Anita. This is Sightless Living. Today I'm going to show those who have asked how I use a microwave totally blind. I have a little story to go with that as well.
Choose your fighter.
Big bold text appears and reads, Sightless Living. Copyright symbol 2021-2025. Sightless Living. All rights reserved. Then disappears.
This microwave that I am going to show you was purchased maybe a month or two before I became totally blind. I didn't even know they had talking microwaves or anything else like that. Actually, I only found out about the talking microwaves years into my blindness. I've been blind about 17 years now. Someone had asked me, so I wanted to show them that you can make your microwave accessible, any microwave you have, by using different items. I made mine accessible for me by using braille, bump dots, and the Halos system. Halos stands for Home Appliance Labeling and Overlay System. I got mine years before they became real popular. When I got mine, it was, I think this is the home package. It was $44 just for these two. Let me just hold them up. I got the clear because I live with sighted people. This is what they look like. They come in these skinny strips. I'm not going to block what they need to read for my purposes. And I advise anybody else who's going to label anything for themselves, if it's not personally yours and you're sharing it with other people, even in roommate situations, I would sit down, have a meeting. Hey, I need to do this for myself. Can I mark the microwave or whatever, or just go out and get your own? The reason I'm bringing that up is when I was asking questions, I was told you could use nail polish, you could use puffy paint, you can use stickers and tape and all kinds of things, which you could, but I would not mar my appliances. For example, years ago, I had a garage sale. I had this color television. It was 27 inches. It was a Sony. And it was one of them big CRT televisions. I mean, it was heavy as I don't know what. And then it had a wooden base. I think it was walnut. And at the bottom, it had a glass. And back in the day, you can put like maybe a VCR or something down there, or whatever you had for audio-visual equipment. Every couple of years, I like to have garage sales and clean out the garage. So I had it sitting out there because, I was thinking about selling it for parts. It was totally fine. It had a beautiful picture, but the problem with it was it had a problem with the sound. The sound was going, I guess. It would play, and then after a while, you would get like some reverb. People were talking, and it would get kind of grumbly or rattly. It was going. Then it would just clear up and be fine. So it was just going. I had it out there. Some people showed up. They came, they're buying stuff. I was happy. I'm emptying out my garage. Yay. But anyway, a young man comes in and he sees the television and he wants it. And I was telling him, well, I think I'm going to sell it for parts. Oh, no, don't sell it. And he gave me $50. He asked me not to sell it. He'll be right back. So he comes back with like maybe 30 minutes later, 45 minutes. I don't remember, but he came back quick. And he had his family and his wife, and they came in and he's showing it to them and they're getting happy. He wanted me to plug it in again. And when I plugged it in, they really got happy. He said, okay, I'll take it now. They load it all up. As they're loading, they came to get the last piece. I said, you might as well take the stand. And he's like, really? And he got really excited. Then he told me why he wanted it. He said he has a black and white television. It has sound, but no picture. I told him, well, that's great, because this has a picture and no sound. Well, the sound's there, but it's going. But anyway, he goes, he's happy, and I never heard from him again, so I guess the TV really worked out for him. That's why I don't like marring appliances or anything, because you never know when you want to sell it. And I like to sell my items so I can put it towards the new ones. Just like if I want to buy an outfit, something has to go out of the closet, because I don't want to be busting at the gills with a bunch of stuff. Clutter is what I call it. When I heard you should use some nail polish and tape and all this stuff and puffy paint, yeah, that's good on some things, but when the family has to use it, that's not really good, because I don't want accidents either. I don't want them to press the wrong setting and things like that.
Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share.
Today I'm feeling a little under the weather. I want to make some popcorn and go chill out, watch some tube. So I figured now is a great time to show the people that have asked how I use my microwave. This microwave came with this metal stand with 3 legs. It's not heavy. Maybe some type of carbon, I don't know. I know you're not supposed to put aluminum foil in there. And it has a turntable inside. It came with a big book like you're going to college. I mean, a big book. This is called a microwave browner. First, I will go over the buttons that you have to use here. I have them on my phone here, so I'm going to swipe through to show you why. I think it's just best if you pick what you are going to use. There was an incident years ago. This was when I was still sighted. We went out the kitchen, went to the left, and we were standing there and we're talking, a little group of us. All of a sudden, you hear boom, like a bomb went off. One of the co-workers hit the floor. That was so loud. But then when we looked, he was covered in egg. We're like, where did that come from? Everybody's looking up at the ceiling. Where did the egg come from? We go back in the kitchen, and someone had put the egg in the microwave to cook it. I guess they wanted to have it for lunch. We don't know if they put it in water or anything. No one said anything. But the door busted open, the egg flew out. It hit everybody who was in the kitchen, and it had this really bad smell. That's why I don't like cooking with microwaves. They could be dangerous, especially after we had another incident where the fire truck came because it set off the sprinklers because someone decided to stir up their food, put it back in the microwave with the fork in it, and it actually made a real fire. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. So you actually saw a big fire through the door. I mean, flames. It was real flames. So they had to put that out. And I was like, gee. So I learned from younger years that you cannot play with microwaves. Now, I know some people that can throw down in the microwave. They could cook a whole meal. Me, I like to cook on the stove. I like to heat up in the microwave if I don't have time to heat it up on the stove. I think the food tastes better when you cook it. Some people may disagree with me, but that's my preference. I rather use the old conventional stove and oven rather than the quick microwave. But it does come in handy for heating up foods. I will say that. Starting with my buttons, I'll have the camera pan as I go down them. And I'm going to start from left to right. I know there's 3 buttons each row. Then when it gets down by the dial, there's nothing there. Then there's like 1, maybe 2, and then we're done. I'm going to start with the buttons that this microwave has, and then you can get an idea of what I'm working with. So the first button on the top left is
Kitchen timer period.
kitchen timer, then center
Clock period.
clock, and then the right
Defrost period.
is defrost. Now, with these halo stickers, there's a water droplet that I could put on a defrost, but I really don't use the defrost, so I didn't bother doing that. With the home appliance set, you get cooking, keypad, washing, starts and stops. Those are the 4 packs that were included. Now they actually have a microwave pack. I don't know if I'm going to get that or not. These are pretty expensive. Well, they were back in the day. For the amount that you get and the price that you pay, I don't know. Jury's still out on that one. So now we'll go down to the next row.
Auto cook period.
Auto cook.
Picture of a mug with steam.
And then next is a photo of a mug with steam. I put a braille B there for beverage. And then the next one
Picture of a popcorn kernel.
is a picture of a popcorn kernel. I put a P next to that for popcorn. Now, also in the microwave pack, you get a shape of a popcorn kernel. You get a baked potato, and you get a slice of pizza. And I really don't use those either. So I don't know if I'm going to get that microwave pack.
Less period.
Then we have the button less.
More.
Then we have more.
Power level.
Power level.
Top brown. Picture of a flat casserole or something.
And then we have the top brown. So that's where you brown your top. And I think that little metal round rack or stand I showed you is what you may put your item on so it can spin on the plate that's inside here. And brown. Next is the time cook dial. You would go through some sequences and you would add your time, the weight, and the quantity. That's a little too advanced for me.
Pause/clear period.
Then you have the pause/clear. I put a X down there from the Halo system. And then I have,
Start/express cook.
we have the triangle from the Halo system. I have that pointing to the right. You can point it up, down, to the left, whichever way you need to sit it on your appliance. I have mine pointing to the right, to the button, and that's the start. And that's also the Halo's labeling system, so I use that. So I have a total of 3 different items. I did put a bump dot on the popcorn and beverage. I put a black bump dot. This microwave is silver and the buttons are silver. So that's what I did with mine, and that's how I use it. So if I want to heat up a cup of soup or a coffee or maybe tea, I can put it in the beverage button, which is next to the popcorn. So the beverage is second row on the center, and the one on the extreme right is the popcorn. I have tried lean cuisine and things like that you would get on sale, and you could take them to work and heat them up for lunch. So I have actually cooked those in the microwave, and it works out pretty well. I like to use the bottom button where it says Express Cook. Each time you press the button, it gives you 30 seconds. So if I want a minute, I press it twice, it gives me 60 seconds. If I need to do, or I want to do 4 minutes, then I will press it 8 times. And you just got to keep track of what you press. And I do mix up my food, and I make sure I remove the fork and carry it with me. So I've never had any extreme accidents with a microwave. It's just that I've seen others have extreme accidents, and it's pretty scary where you can get an actual fire and burn down the building. So I rather cook on the stove. Now I will show you some of these Halo stickers. I'll use the one that I took out of here, because the keypad, that's just round dots, and they're puffy. They're like three-dimensional. Let me pull this out of here. Let's see what we got. Yeah, they're kind of, I'd say they're maybe 1/8 of an inch. But they're kind of puffy so you can see them. This is my cooking one. I hold it up here. Let the camera hone in on that. Those are the stickers you get. I would have to feel each one, so I'm not going to do that because I don't want to really knock them off their peel and stick. And even getting them into the package, sometimes you can make them come up, and I don't want to lose them. They're very expensive for the little amount you get and the price you pay. When I looked at the microwave sticker, that was $12, I think. If you get it in orange or black, it's $5. But if you get it in clear, they charge you more. So that's that one. And then I use some of the stops and starts. That's in the other pack. But you get the idea. I'll put a link in the description box. You could check them out there. And the reason I like to mark the microwave, for a long time, I winged it. I didn't mark the microwave, and I burned up a lot of popcorn bags because I do not make popcorn all the time. I go in spurts. So I may make it for maybe a couple of months, and then when I run out of popcorn, I won't buy it for a while. And then when I buy it again and go to make popcorn, I usually hit the wrong button. I think I hit the beverage button, and that burns it up. Or sometimes I'll hit something else, which I don't know because it's not marked. But I usually use the little 4 buttons I have marked. Beverage, popcorn, start, express cook. That's the same button, start/express cook. And then the stop/cancel. So those are my main ones that I use. Maybe sometime down the road I'll feel more creative to try to cook in it, but I really don't like the way the food comes out. Not for me. But some people love it. Once in a while, I'll do defrost. And I'll always ask, is this the defrost button? And that's if I'm taking something out of the freezer, like a stick of butter or a slice of bread, because we like to keep it in the refrigerator. And basically, that's how I use the microwave. And I am going to show you this roll of tape. If you don't have any bump dots or you don't feel like investing in the halo system, you can use some Scotch tape. You can always take a piece. I'll just take a piece of tape off of here. You could fold it onto itself, leave a sticky tab like so. And then you can stick it on whatever key you use. I'm just gonna stick it up here on the microwave so those who can see, I'll act like that's a button. And see, it just hangs on wherever you sit it like that. And you can have that for your favorite keys. This is what I do when I have a microwave in the hotel. I just take the tape and put it on just the keys I need. And that's it. Same thing for coffee makers. You just take the piece, fold it onto itself, leave some stickiness up top, and you just stick it on whatever you need. Just wanted to show you that one. And now I am going to get a bag of popcorn. Now this is not healthy. It's full of chemicals and fake butter. It says it's real, but who knows? And what I do is I open the wrap. And this is basic for any brand of popcorn that comes like this. I like the Jiffy Pop and some other ones that you used to put on your gas stove. and you just shake it back and forth, and in the middle just puffs up. But I haven't really seen any of that. Everything is for the microwave nowadays. We'll just sit that there. Take your popcorn out the bag, and then you just unfold it. It usually comes in threes. And then some people don't touch it, but I kind of bend it back and forth to make it loose. This is kind of soft. I have gotten some where it was real hard and I returned it to the store. And then I just open it. I'm standing from behind it, so it's kind of awkward. And I just sit it on the plate, the turntable in there, in the center, folded sides up. Then I shut it, and then I find my little popcorn button. So here it is, and I'm gonna press it. And I can just double check. I feel my P in braille, where there's the dot to give me the cap, and then the P. I'm going to go over here. I found my P. I'm gonna press it, and I don't hear anything. When I don't hear anything, I know somebody must have left time in there, and I think I know who the culprit is, but I just go down here to the clear button, which is that X, to cancel, and I just press it twice to clear it. And now I should be all set to press my popcorn. Again, now that I've burned up a few bags, I find my button and I just check for my braille P, and I go ahead and press the button. And then I'll have some delicious popcorn in a little bit, and I can go put on my jammies and sit up in front of the TV and listen to it. Also, you should not stand in front of the microwave due to radiation. Especially if you're standing, you don't want to get your stomach or pelvis area in front of the microwave. If you want to have children later on, that's what a doctor told me. So that's all I have today. I'm Anita. This is Sightless Living, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Smells good. Can't wait to dig in.
Anita, hostess/visionary, Mountain Stream Video, TM symbol, videographer/editor. The rest of the text may be read in the description box below. Thanks for watching.